Here they are, my two cockatiels, Handsome and Monkey. They are both a little over a year now, and boy have I learned a lot about them. I'm not sure if you knew this or not, but cockatiels are dusty birds. This video is about managing that dust and keeping your teals happy. Cockatiel's feather dust is caused by 3 factors. First, when birds preen, small pieces of feathers often break off. These feather pieces get lifted into the air whenever someone walks by, a breeze blows, or your teal flaps its feathers. Second, new feathers grow in with a keratin coating on the sheath of the feather. The sheath is a tube, like a straw, that protects immature feathers until they are ready to emerge. As a feather grows, it splits the sheath. The sheath, in turn, breaks apart and causes more dust. Finally, cockatiels are feather-down birds. That means they have powder-down feathers. Powder-down feathers are small, specialized feathers that shed a very fine, white, waxy powder composed of keratin. Cockatiels spread powder down through their feathers when they groom. Powder down helps to waterproof the feathers and also keeps the teal's feathers soft and silky. The problem is that powder down creates a fine white powder that spreads easily and becomes, you guessed it, dust. But fear not, I'm here to help. There are a few ways to manage your cockatiel's dust issues. The first thing I do is to keep a spray bottle or mister close to my cockatiel's cage. I make sure the water inside is warm and clean, and by the time it hits their feathers, it's room temperature. If you plan to spray them around their cage, be sure to remove any food so it doesn't get wet and spoil. Every few days when I see my teals preening and shaking a lot of dust from their backs, I pick up my mister and spray them. When my female teal hears the sound of the squirting bottle, she runs right up to the front edge of the cage. As you can see, she loves to be sprayed. She fluffs her feathers and allows the water to penetrate through to her down feathers. She shakes and dances around in order to get the water exactly where she wants it. Then she tucks her head under her wing to groom or preen each feather. The water helps her get rid of the dust, but also softens up the feather sheath. Again, the sheath is a tube that protects immature feathers until those feathers are ready to emerge. As a feather grows, it splits the sheath. The sheath breaks apart, and this is what causes some of the dust. Another way I keep my cockatiels happy is by putting down a glass pie dish filled with water. I always make sure the water is room temperature for my baby's comfort. I put a small amount of water in the bottom of the dish and lay it in the sun. To let my teals know their bath is ready, I usually tap the water and they come running. I allow them to bathe as long as they want. They hop, peck, and shake the water all over their backs, on their chests, and under their wings. When they're finished, they jump out, wander to their favorite perch, and preen their feathers once more. While they still shake dust from their backs and everywhere else, the water does help control the dust particles a little bit better. My birds love to bathe, and I'm happy I have found a couple ways to keep the dust down and for them to enjoy a bath on a hot day. So while we can't stop bird dust altogether, I hope I've given you a couple of ways to control the dust and make your time with your favorite feathered friend a little more enjoyable.